India's rail system is one of the largest in the world, but it's not just for passengers. The government is using this vast network to provide children in the remotest corners of the country with a moving science classroom.
And the train travels thousands of kilometers each year, stopping at dozens of stations to give young people a hands-on alternative to their usual learning environments. VOA's Pande went on board and talked about it with On Assignment's Rebecca Ward. Let's take a look.
Raghav Pandya loves science, so much so that he spends 6 months out of the year on this train to help share his passion with youngsters across India.
I am passionate about spreading and popularizing awareness regarding scientific knowledge and kind of mechanisms what are relating and what are surrounding to us.
Back in 2007, India's Prime Minister and President at the time were concerned about what they said was a lack of interest in science, especially at the university level. So they asked the Department of Science and Technology to come up with ideas to basically spark that interest, and they came up with this idea of this train that will travel across India, literally from one corner to the other, and give kids an opportunity to see exhibits and do experiments and kind of spark that interest. And this train is actually made with the help of Germany. It's like 16 air-conditioned train cars that were actually built in Germany and brought over to India, and I think this is going to be the 6th time that it's going around the country, and it's going to welcome, I think it's 10 millionth visitor.
Well, describe where the train goes. I think it really covers a big part of India.
It does. This year it started in April in Delhi, and then it literally right now, I think it's in eastern India, and it's going to be in West Bengal. And it's literally going to go to the far eastern point of India and come all the way down to the south to Tamil Nadu state, and then go up back to the western states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. And it goes to a lot of small towns. I mean, India's railway network is one of the top 5 biggest in the world. And so this is kind of an ingenious way to get to places that, you know, normally probably don't have a museum nearby, or even school buildings with adequate resources.
And did you get a chance to meet any of the kids? How did they feel about the train? Did they seem really engaged?
Absolutely. First of all, I was floored by the number of people. If you see it in the video, there's literally hundreds of students who were lined up, and it was so hot outside. It was 115 degrees, and they were lined up outside just to get a chance to walk through the train. And once they got inside, I mean, their eyes were huge. They were taking in everything. There's videos, there's interactive exhibits, and there's also a new element. They have a hands-on element where these 40 science educators who actually live on the train, they're all postgraduates in science. They actually sit with them and teach them and do different exercises in math and science. So they get to see, and they actually get to do this year.
The train stops at each station for 3 to 4 days, and young people have a chance to take part in the hands-on laboratory, where educators help them conduct experiments highlighting math and science principles. For some of these children, particularly from small towns in the farthest corners of India, this is a rare opportunity to learn beyond the 4 walls of their classroom. Seeing their reaction makes riding the rails worth it for educators like Raghav Pandya.
Fascinating experiments or sort of things, when they come to know, they feel, oh wow. So this wow factor we come to know, we come to see in their eyes.
So is this something that is kind of a recent phenomena, a real push to reach to the rural communities, not just the urban areas, for education?
Well, absolutely. Like any other country, in the big cities, you'll find a lot more schools, a lot of private schools. But in the more rural areas, you're just talking about basic infrastructure, school buildings, and the resources and the quality of teachers. It doesn't even come close. And then you look at the population of India. So there really is a need to provide resources. And this is one way to give students, like I said before, in very remote parts of India who maybe don't really have much more than a basic classroom to go to every day, to give them a chance to experience something else, something different.
Thanks to Aru for that. But Alex, it's interesting to talk about land-based moving classrooms, but did you know that there are also floating classrooms where kids also learn about science-related topics like marine biology?
Right, exactly. And those classrooms are on the water. And then in Pakistan, we've even seen a flying classroom, but it doesn't actually fly through the air. It's really just a bus traveling around to reach kids who don't have a school in their neighborhood. So really good work being done to try to get learning and get education out to kids who don't have access to it otherwise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.